natural spices and healthy lifestyles, you are practicing preventive health care, and which is the most effective way to stay away from the hospitals, part of the Sankofa Eat Well, Live Well initiative. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Eat well.
Live well.
Eat well.
Live well.
Thank you so much, National Health Insurance Scheme. At this point, we'll have a solidarity message from the future of health. The future of health. You're dancing again. Sebi, you're quite Juma, na yeti, Joe, na ye Juma, we are in for you, Fahami, you see how your basket, na task force was only a coon. And so, you're near because your days, we still did. The future of our health is very important. And for this matter, we have one of our partners also, University of Ghana Medical Students Association, Mr. Prince Dua, the president, to give us his message for the event, for the occasion. Okay, so since he is not here, we are going to go on straight to have our media engagement and education for the Sankofa story. Now, Sankofa as a company, we've had an impact. This is corporate social responsibility. All this that we are doing is tied to our dream, our vision, to promote healthier and relevant food solutions with care and integrity, providing the options of healthier to the average Ghanaian. Now, we had a lot of success stories, we've had a lot of impact already, and we are going to go through a journey. Now, share what we've done so far, where we are, and where we seek to go. So please, the media guys, are you ready with, first of all, a company overview to let us understand what we stand for as a company, right? But since where we began, 2014, 2015, thereabouts, when we started as a small company here in Maputo, then eventually God showed us mercy, showed us light, He showed us favor. We have expanded over the years, over the days, and we've had a bit of impact on society. So we're going to look at company overview so we all understand company and what we've done so far. And okay, let me also remind us, after this session, we'll have a question and answer session where we'll invite people to also ask questions on maybe things or areas that they do not really understand pertaining to health, or things or areas they do not understand pertaining to the program or the project that we are launching today. Eat well, live well. So we are going to look at it now. So whilst we are still waiting for the media, are we live?
Often as a nation, I forget that our history is filled with a lot of good things that we need to reclaim. And on that note, I welcome you to Gold Coast Foods Herbs and Spices, the producers of Sankofa Natural Spices. They are an embodiment of the rich history of Ghana. We represent the resurrection of indigenous food options in Ghana through spices. As an organization, we are here to introduce you to the revolutionary process of creating spices that bring flavor. Often as a nation, we forget that our history is filled with a lot of good things that we need to reclaim. And on that note, I welcome you to Gold Coast Foods Herbs and Spices, the producers of Sankofa Natural Spices. We are an embodiment of the rich history of Ghana. We represent the resurrection of indigenous food options in Ghana through spices. As an organization, we are here to introduce you to the revolutionary process of creating spices that bring flavor, health, and camaraderie into our households. Sankofa Natural Spices is a blend of individual, native, and natural herbs formulated and collated to give the best nostalgic taste you can ever experience with food. So we realize that a lot of health-related conditions that people have is as a result of their poor eating habits. This inspired people close food to have a mission of changing the way people live by changing how they eat. This led us to produce Sankofa Natural Spices, which is 100% natural spices in the market. Now, Sankofa Natural Spices is made up of healthy and natural ingredients such as esrosa, efomusa, ginger, pepper, percocet, and the like. This is sourced from farmers all around Ghana and in some parts of Africa in order to ensure that people get 100% of the natural ingredients in their food. These herbs and spices, straight from the earth, is then sent over to our factory, which is located in Gomwa Plaza, in the central region of Ghana.
Okay, so like we are facing a bit of a technical glitch, but it's under resolution and we are looking at resolving it so we can all enjoy the company overview. And quickly to follow after the company overview, we'll have a fear and hope. The fear and hope campaign that we also organized some years back, and snippets of views of what we've done so far with the fear and hope campaign also. The podcast that we've been doing in regards to the health, the healthy living campaign that we've been doing on the podcast, we'll have a view of all that also. So please bear with us as we correct the minor technical glitches amongst that. So like I said, before we began, we introduced all August persons present, etc. Now, one of our company managers has also joined us, and we need to also introduce him as well. So please, our resource and optimizations manager has joined us, Mr. William Champon, please. Mr. William Champon is the head of the cash, the money man. Right, so he has also joined us. So like I mentioned, we look at the company overview, we look at the fear and hope campaign that we've done so far, and we'll look at some snippets of the videos that we can share so we all enjoy from it. If we are ready, we can go live. Now please, after this, we are also going to have the Nutritional Wellness Health Talk. Nutritional Wellness Health Talk by University of Ghana Medical Students Association, the REP, or the Practical Insights on Preventive Health and Local Dietary Benefits also. It will be short. We just ask a few questions also. Why is there the need to check your blood pressure? BP, high, stressing, low, stressing. At the end of the year, this is from high, about medium, low, about medium. Now I will say one to etc. It can be very body mass index. What is the gross one? What is the average? What is the picture? What is the numbers, the standards? All those things. Please, if you are ready, just let me know. Good. So we'll take us through all of that. Now on the health implications of the healthy living standards, etc. What is expected of us? In the other two of us, we have prepared. If you are demonstrating your path, you think, based on the Juma area, and then in Japan, so we'll have that sort of engagement in a symposium, and then we'll have a bit of a question and answer session after that. Like I mentioned, the community engagement team, Sankofa Natural Spices will come to the market, will check your BP, will check your blood sugar, will check your BMI, and then whatever needed advice will give, so that if I also will come hospital and then in Chile, no one understands any money. The hospital, a market. This corporate social responsibility is a flagship and is the beginning of history in the making. Eat well, live well. We here tomorrow will go to share said one of the town of Homogen and Chicken Mama. I believe said Kenya. See the drone after the session, then the health guy, the doctors amongst us, take us to that session also. And I'm going to say, I don't know preference, then we are able to communicate better.
Forget that our history is filled with a lot of good things that we need to reclaim. And on that note, I welcome you to Gold Coast Foods, Herbs and Spices, producers of Sankofa Natural Spices, the embodiment of the rich history of Ghana, represent the resurrection of indigenous food options in Ghana through spices.
Okay, we'll go on straight to the next session whilst we try to figure out.
We are here to introduce you to the revolutionary process of creating spices that bring flavor, health, and camaraderie into our households. Sankofa Natural Spices is a blend of individual native and natural herbs, formulated and collated to give the best nostalgic taste you can ever experience with food.
We realize that a lot of health-related conditions that people have is as a result of their poor eating habits. This inspired people close to food to have a mission of changing the way people live by changing how they eat. This led us to produce Sankofa Natural Spices, which is 100% natural spices in the market. Now, Sankofa Natural Spices is made up of healthy and natural ingredients such as esrusa, efomusa, ginger, pepper, percocet, and the like. This is sourced from farmers all around Ghana and in some parts of Africa, in order to ensure that people get 100% of the natural ingredients in their food.
These herbs and spices, straight from the herb, is then sent over to our factory, which is located in Gomwangwanza, in the central region of Ghana. The first step of processing of these delicate raw materials is cleaning and treatment. We take great pride in ensuring that our produce is of immaculate quality.
When the raw materials are brought to the factory, they are also checked for contaminants. From then, the production process starts. At the production stage, you have a quality personnel there who is present to ensure that the right ingredients and the right quantities are going into a specific product. The first stage of our production process is formulation. During formulation, we have a quality personnel there who make sure the right ingredients of the right quantities are going to a particular product. Even at that stage, the raw materials before formulation are checked again to make sure they are safe for our consumers.
After the raw materials have been checked, we do the formulation, mix it, and nail it.
As said earlier, we prioritize the quality of our spices, which is why we subject each to meticulous and diligent lab testing at each point in the production process to ensure much desired quality.
After the milling process, samples of the milled spices are brought to the laboratory for further testing. So they are checked for moisture content, which is very crucial to the kind of products that we have. They are also checked for sensory qualities such as aroma, texture, and appearance.
We receive quality approved milled spice from pre-packaging units, sort them to different varieties, and store them in the holding room. The whole process is well documented to track products that leave the factory. Our packaging associates come into the holding room, pick the milled spice, and dispense them into 25 gram or 5 gram sachets. During the dispensing process, careful attention is paid to various quality standards. These quality standards include good hygiene, spice quality, sachet labels, weight, and general conformity to the integrity of sachets. There's always a quality assurance personnel on the floor to ensure that the products that are turned out are safe for consumption. The entire packaging process ends with the packaging of 2 filled poly bags containing orderly arranged sachet strips into a well-labeled carton. The label on the carton also contains information on batch number, manufacturing and expiry dates. The quality assurance personnel checked and approved the cartons for transportation to our finished products warehouse.
Our products are FDA approved, halal certified, and subjected to periodic analysis by the Food Research Institute to ensure compliance to food safety standards. Meaning, they have undergone the necessary testing procedures and necessary analysis to make sure that they are safe for public consumption.
We are proud of our prestigious factory and staff accommodation facilities, which reflect our conscious dedication to providing a healthy and supportive workspace for all our associates. Some indicators of this are our already finished routes, fairly equipped gym, and serene environment.
Sankofa has 8 different varieties to meet all the needs of the customers, whether it is stew, whether it is your soup, whether it's your chicken, or whether it is your fish. You have a Sankofa product to meet your needs. Sankofa is distributed all around Ghana. You can find it in any of the major markets or any of the corner shops in Ghana. Buy Sankofa spices to improve your health. Buy Sankofa spices to improve your eating habits.
Sankofa Natural Spices is on the way to your households, filled with love, happiness, and good health. Make it laugh in Ghana. Get yourself some Sankofa spices today. Sankofa Natural Spices, DDE, and while you enjoy your meal, remember that Gold Coast Foods, herbs and spices is making it happen for you.
Sankofa Natural Spices. Sankofa has no added sodium or preservatives, so I recommend it to everyone who wants to use spices for their food.
Each one is a dietherapy. In a dietherapy kitchen, we will afford diet nearly and have patients said, we want to care about kitchen. Sankofa Natural Spices is the best. It's a non-nutrition, is the best. No additives, no artificial seasoning cook. Sankofa Natural Spices that's the best. Of your mind, you will use the other one said, I will sickness of monosodium maker with me. And then salt, then or the job I add those salt to your taste. Sankofa Natural Spices is the best.
Thank you very much, our media guys. Thank you very much on the successful journey we've come, the company overview that we've seen from Sankofa Natural Spices. I am sure that when we were watching the video, we saw a very esteemed personality join us. We shall introduce her. She's Ghana's sweetheart. We know her. We love her, we see her, we enjoy her. As the brand ambassador, Sankofa Natural Spices, help me welcome the lovely, the ever radiant Sewa Amihia. She is here with us, and she's going to Esquire. That is very necessary. So yes, in due time she'll give us a word. Now to climax the whole occasion and event, this is where we'll invite the panelists. Now, this is what we are going to do. They are going to tell us the necessities of checking our BPs, the necessities of why you should know your BMI, why blood sugar is even important in the first place. Then we'll ask them questions relating to these. Then we'll also understand that this corporate social responsibility of taking the hospital to the market is very, very important. Eat well.
Live well.
Eat well. So I'll invite Mr. Kevin Donko, our chief. Take a seat. Mr. Persis, Madam Persis Akusika, Leonison, take a seat. Kodechum Deborah, you take your seat. And then Madam Mapisa, Alfred, Kadero, Malik, kindly take your seats.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the energy is low. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Awesome. Today, as part of Sankofa Natural Spices campaign on Eat Well, Live Well, we'll be talking about something very important, which is how what we eat affects our health. I know we are Ghanaians and we love tasty food, right? Yes, so today we are going to find out what exactly is being put in our food and how it affects our hearts, blood pressures, and general well-being. And our distinguished panelists here will bring more light to the topic. We have Deborah, we have Kevin, who are medical students, and then Madame Malik, who is a seasoned dietitian. Would you like to show them some love? So for our first segment, we'll be delving on high blood pressures and how sodium contributes to that. And so, Deborah, for our first question, we'd like to know what hypertension is. Many of us have heard the word but do not fully understand, so could you kindly break it down for us practically?
Thank you much for the question. So when we talk about hypertension, we are basically talking about the sustained elevated blood pressure. In the never be a way and say, yeah, up age my name, now as I say, yeah, we be general catching say, one check BP. Now, we can catch us a deep hand for sure. Or one, we drink so we get BP. One month, very crazy. It's near 10 say, and some never catch a BP area. It says that BP no cost so money check. And they say, yeah, and we are BP, our cost no one can say we have BP. So BP no cost no check. And some of that can say we have BP area. And some BP area, and one say, and see now more than the film. Pressure in the film is so, and also to concern as will be. So, of course, I can say, be man, I say a drink of and in can see as some of BP area. Yes. So, basically, for those of us at the back, when you have high pressure, that's it for a sustained long period, then you have high hypertension. Thank you.
So my next question goes to Kevin. Kevin, we all love tasty food, but then in our bid to make it tasty, we end up using salty seasonings as options. We want to find out how high sodium levels in our food actually contribute to the hypertension Deborah spoke about.
Thank you very much. So we are going to look at how sodium affects our blood pressure. In the case of sodium, sodium and American also. The question is sodium is affecting the EBP. It is when we talk about sodium, wherever sodium goes, water goes. It is sodium equal left and sodium equal left. It is sodium reduces with all the sooner it does. Yes, I share Mujan as well. Also, Mujan and Swede, it didn't want to be. It is Mujan ever does go. Now, a co-op manifest, and not come on Mujan for BBRI or it is a doors one, but I say, one man, come on, man, can say, pushes out to be now their man. It is a sodium no high now. So now the doors now the Juma can see it a better one. So now come and very a big pushing force. Now one thing is say that if I get to one good force I hear the API which I feel man. I will say that tension baby between me. I say would you so ever pipes one now say I'm going to also say APC fight. Say, we share more than APC five posts. We say, we are in the party. Sana, so you may have 50 and blood pressure. So what I'm trying to see is that wherever sodium goes, water goes. So the increased amount of increases the blood volume, increasing the amount of blood going to the heart. So the heart uses too much pressure to pump the increased blood volume to all parts of the body. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I wanted us to highlight some of the complications that could result from the hypertension.
So when your blood pressure goes high, it causes a lot of pressure to the heart, like he said already. And then some of the complications we are looking at hypertension, that is one, diabetes, that's two, and then kidney diseases as well. Yeah, so I will leave it there.
Okay, sure. So then, still with you, that means that when we go for food options that have reduced sodium, we have a lesser risk for hypertension.
Definitely. So when we go in for foods that have less salt, it helps the heart in its health. It helps the heart in its way to pump blood, and like I mentioned, it helps the kidneys as well, and then sugars are also working well. So when the sugars go up, that is when we are looking at diabetes. Okay, so yes, when your pressure is low, it reduces all these complications. But blood pressure is like a brother to all of these conditions, diabetes, kidney problems as well. Yes, so when you eat foods that are low in salt, definitely it's going to help with your pressures.
And Sankofa Spices has no salt, no preservatives, making it an ideal option. How we celebrate Sankofa Spices? So moving to our next segment, still with you, Madam Hafizat, we want to find out how what we eat actually affects us in terms of weight gain and obesity.
Okay, so before we get to that, I think we're going to talk about what healthy food is in general. So when we talk about healthy food, a lot of us eat foods that are not nutritious, or the best options we are thinking about are people who are not having the resources to feed well. Now, healthy food is foods that are high in fiber and high in nutrients and low in calories. These are healthy foods. So if you are eating the best of food and then the calories are as high as you can think of, the nutrients in it are so low, these foods are classified as unhealthy foods. So for example, our processed foods, highly processed foods, are groups of foods that are unhealthy. Now, coming down to obesity and weight gain. Now, when we talk about obesity, let's take overweight for example, that is ahead of obesity. When we talk about overweight, it's just a simple thing. What is going in versus what is coming out? Okay, so ask yourself, the food you are eating, how much of that energy are you going to use? Sorry, I've been speaking English all this while. So like I said, unhealthy food, a pastor said, a giania, a boardina, a woman, a sharp chain, and the nutrients that, a boardina, a woman, sharp. Okay, and how do I say calories in food? Okay, so we are looking at the nutrients, okay, and then there's something that provides awarding, okay. So the awarding a woman who does change the nutrients, it can lead to something we call unhealthy food. So let me give an example. If you have say a Janina Midino calories, the dose change nutrients like a woman, I can classify those foods as unhealthy food. For example, you can say highly processed foods are Yanya Mejuma Baby, Apollo Baby, A.D. Amodine woman, a free moon, not the Electron Isha. Saying Yana Samedia, Amodina Yana, Isha, a woman, okay, but they tend to have more calories in them. Now, coming back to overweight and then obesity. The case of overweight simply put, it's said, aduane na wodi no versus ahoɔden na wodi aduane ne ɛyɛ. Okay. Nti ɛmpa ne sɛ masɔre anɔpa, mede m'adwuma, menim sɛ mɛtena office ahyɛ. Na mafa aduane a ahoɔden bebree wɔ mu. Medi saa aduane na how much energy am I going to use to get that food to break down? It is a ukoti aduane a ahoɔden bebree dɔɔso kyɛn deɛ wode bɛyɛ na at the end of the day, a best for the body is like a bank. Uti na sɛ aduane no dɔɔso na sɛ deɛ ɔde bɛyɛ no ɔyɛ wie a deɛ aka no ɔde bɛakɔto bank ama wo. Okay? Bank nso deɛ sɛ wonhia sika no a sɛ wonkɔfa. But until something yes can maybe a proper dua serious starvation and son which never uses our day. It's how many of us use our reserves. And in order to prevent overweight and obesity, I have stressed it. If you are not a baby, young girl, a human, you yasa if you are not a baby, and son. It will help us in preventing overweight. Okay, and overweight continues progressively into obesity. Okay, and overweight and obesity, and also prior to set hypertension, all kind of diabetes, and kidney.
Are we enjoying the conversation so far? Let's appreciate our panelists. So we want to move to diabetes, and I want everyone to take this question. We want to know how poor eating habits actually contribute to diabetes.
Thank you very much once again. So just like the way we spoke about salt and hypertension, diabetes and also is situated now. Indeed, Udi is situated by which baby no need to control this situation now how now. Inti say maybe our sugar body will be a friend insulin and one control sugar levels na kama na phone. But so Udi sugar na proswa. Which baby na insulin needs to get into one year. Now we can be a friend type 2 diabetes. Inti so Udi aduane situated baby now we maintain this level na. That's the body needs to get into 1 year. But we are controlling it here. But so if I don't say we situation am pay. No one have a that is a woman body need one. There to also stand into the other possibility that is again this is why.
Thank you so much. Take this one. So our target here is a market women. We want to find out what they can practically do to actually stay away from getting the type 2 diabetes that we spoke about.
Thank you very much. Said you are being diversifying, because I sugar and also. It's yes, you share your problem, you share your system, your mind. Yeah, sugar, man, especially drinks, people now, you know, me personally good, but yeah, drinks, you see, you know, yeah, every roof was in the metal. If you don't know which window or no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like the book. At least I'm here, no barco, that is super side, I'm not barco. How about one of the babies and I can't sugar and already a condos. Yeah, ma, Mr. Becker say the hospital number market to her. A bay, your market Monday, a bay of engineer on one of the baby, or be a screen. More of the screen is going to help us. If one say, say sugar levels lower, up, I bet now picking into the bear, so you have a bit married, as of no, you can process food once, and you can now, you pour, it's a very nice. You can't say giant, if you say, you can't say giant, say, into me, it was a developer for I bet so. Now I show you, see the bear, which is going to
Let's appreciate that. So, Madam Hafiza, I want to move to mental health and energy levels. You've been a dietitian for a very long time, and with the rise of mental health issues, we want to find a correlation between eating habits and mental health as well as physical health.
So, research has showed a strong link between mental health and eating habits. So, when we talk about mental health, your passion said, mental health and yeah, how should I put it? It's downward, okay, but sometimes it messes with your brain a bit, okay. So yeah, why you're depressed, why you're confused, and all of that. If it's a say, we do any awudi, say and I say it's me ha situation I am. Now maybe I should say yes. Research in there's a strong link between if you are engaged any your mental state. Okay. So what do you do is what did you read pets? How do you feel? So when you maybe see, that's the way you see your money, that's the way you say you're how do you feel? Do you feel energized? Say, sorry, question your man and I say, yeah, said that. And you know, so pattern, we did then eventually, there's something we call fatigue. Then it becomes a pattern. Then you realize, say, we do my way. Then overweight sets in. Then what do you call it? Obesity sets in. Then now I said to see why you're confused. You say, when I say, do I say, yes, there's a strong link between mental health and eating. So what did you realize? Say, what does the see also sorry? You feel hungry again, then you go back to the same food, then you eat again, then you go back to the same pattern. And eventually you lose yourself. Then you lose your self-esteem. I said, then you don't feel confident again. Then that is how mental health begins. Depression, and losing your confidence and all of that. So it slips gradually. So there's a strong link to eating better.
So let's appreciate So we're wrapping up and we're going to invite questions from you. So the floor is open.
So please, questions at this point.
So you mentioned that main country. Who can say good food or healthy food? I'm not going to say healthy food and a year reserved for India or but that is not the case, right? It's, what is a typical example or examples of healthy foods are a bit needed to keep us, in shape and healthy.
Okay, so usually when we talk about healthy foods, I always narrow it down to my 4 groups of foods that we have. So we have our starches, we have our proteins, we have our legumes, and we have fruits and vegetables combined. So say you're going to say Eba is from the carbohydrate category. Now I get contemporary stew with some agushi. Now my contemporary is coming from my vegetable and my legume group. So if you have a legume, you say market women, you come nuts and seeds, you can say agushi, rare beans, that group of foods. And you can say a legume food. It's a yes, I contemporary stew now. May contemporary from the vegetable and then my agushi from my legume group. Now may fish be for my protein group. Now this food can be termed as healthy, but then again let's narrow it down. My eba can be like five or how do I put it? Balls, okay? Can I call that healthy with my small contemporary stew? No. Okay. So we encourage more fiber foods, so the contemporary should be more, then the fat should be sizable, so that when you eat, you feel satisfied but not overeaten. Well, the carbs, yes, are the main source of energy for the body, but we don't need that in excess because when they are too much and are stored as glycogen and there's excess, it's converted into fat. So yes, so when we talk about healthy foods, I would recommend that all these groups that I've mentioned play a role in it, but then in everything, we still narrow that into moderation, portion sizes. Then again, you ask yourself, how much this food is going to be of help to you? Do you need more than you are eating, or you need just a little to survive?
All right, thank you very much. Please, the floor is open.
Calories. But one can't share the beer. The best is always share the beer.
Calories now become myself. We are coming to me and the tree. So I can but then permits me to continue using calories. Calories are how to call it? The energy we get from the food. So sometimes when in a clinical setting, we should give you answers how many kilocalories does a person. That's the energy. When you take a food, okay, and usually go to the nutrition facts, you see how many calories are contained in 100 ml of whatever. So that's the energy, like the energy you are going to get from the food you are eating. So every food contains calories. Every food you are eating contains calories because that's the energy you are going to get from. So, but then, that is why it's important to read nutrition labels. How much energy am I getting from this food? So sometimes when you go to the market, you see the same food, but from different brands. And you're trying to compare the calories in this kind of food. So usually you would advise to go in for the one that is lower in calories. But depending, but sometimes it is nice to say these things because it depends on the individual. Okay. But then we always encourage going for nutrient-dense compared to high calories. Unless you need it. Because there are people who really need that high calorie. Okay, so it is subjective. Depends on the individual you're talking about. But for a healthy person, we would recommend that you go for foods that are more nutrient-dense and low in calories.
Okay, if I show the confusion is calories. Usually, the average say we are carbohydrates and my calories. The one of the say the calories or protein or fruit and vegetables, and some carbohydrates. And I say carbohydrates in one calories. Vegetables the crowd carbohydrates. Fruit is the crowd carbohydrates. So calories are in everything. But like I said, it depends on the amount of calories you find in a particular food. Okay, so when we take banana, it's a fruit. But there's an amount of calories we find in banana, some sugars in banana, and some vitamins in banana. So it all boils down to nutrition levels. It has some make patients, oh, besides the calories, it's a journey behind an hour. If you're in your find calories also, change your name. And all this I said, it's calories, carbohydrates, no one. I'm saying carbohydrates, no. Yes, as a group. But you need to say your fruits, so it's meaning carbohydrates, no. Vegetables maybe into carbohydrates. It's carbohydrates in there, your bunch, your body, your money, your dairy. Okay. If you're in your media, according to 2 people, and more like your friend calories. And I'm a say calories, and yeah, your body, sir. Depending on your state, although you are required to get our calories, no. If it's not I say high calorie, high protein. Oh no, here. It doesn't mean say the next person I want in China to get our calories, no. It's not because at the end of the day, it's individualized, it's personalized. Maybe someone says, how would now would you? Who here? Because maybe I need you. Any day I may see me baby. Ain't me nothing because almost I would obey you see. But if you are maybe the far, it's me young what it's way be a bed one man makes me a dream here. But I tell you.
the floor is open. But let me say this. Our medical persons are still in the house. The Ponkrana, the Sokusa question, wait to me, name of Punta Nanama Transiachi. The Befa last 3 questions. Now, the next agenda, what? Control.
With the submissions, talking about diabetes, you always say sugar. Yes, so I just want to know if it's only sugar that gives diabetes, and I say apart from sugar, no, something else. Because I know say if you eat late in the night, you go to sleep, and those things they can lead to diabetes. But I say sugar. So I just want to know if it's only sugar that gives diabetes.
Thank you for the question. See, once say you people, Caribbeans or near Pia, it's me come home and stand the wing at so it's a malaria cry can mosquito waiting are coming in and just setting malaria. It's never be come home and stand the wing at the instance they can't diabetes once a month, a call institute for directly say, near my diabetes may cause diabetes. It's situated there was strong, it's not causes diabetes. Tell us a week team of some Casa, it's situated now. The woman said, my PB to make account of more diabetes, but it's situated there. It declined. I have a more desire. We use our ultimate society swap. Not just a way reduce the chances car. Maybe as a Sunday man now can cow and come boom some more diabetes. What to say, situation, not just reduce the chance of beating us diabetes. Then as a week, I teaching the decline and Sunday. That is because I will use the man. It's in your time.
Patrol, Joyce up here. Patrol, we can say this I say, we pay 4 pounds.
Yeah, Crasa.
Diabetes as with the cassava, I didn't start you, sugar. In the intake of the fufuna making me, I'm a mania, diabetes.
Okay, so you're not diabetes one. Yeah, there's something I find risk factors. Okay, risk factors. Yeah, you're not a bit to me. I will mama when you're young 10. Okay, but genetics. So you're really more. Then you have the probabilities that will be okay. And it's the one thing say you're really now there's a probability so wait in the area. Now only was said before now only be a very than sugar. So next is there was no bomb. It's either other sources of getting your fufu. Okay, fufu to me cassava. There are other tubers that bit media in your fufu. Okay, so you know yourself best. That aside, if you're really so angry with one, I don't interest in me in your cry. But you make us in everything in moderation. And to say when you say cassava now, also, then try to modify it. Okay? Your cassava a bit down.
You have really answered the question well. Can we follow up? It's easier if you put it here. Last but one question, then we go.
Okay, Mr. President, is this go heritage? See, we are until people are the percent. I had the emergency the return. And I say, it will have also influence or affect the longevity. Say, regardless of about if they are making money, ɛbɛkyɛ kakra anaasɛ o sɛ ɛde amendment no bɛtumi awe fufuo ne great no deɛ mpɛ bi a
yɛkasa probability a wobɛnya anaasɛ wonya so nti wode wo ho ato no sɛ wobɛnya anaa probability kyerɛ sɛ wobɛtumi anya ɛno nkyerɛ sɛ kaa ne kɛ wobɛnya nti no it's just like something that is keeping you in check. Say, be careful what you do. You can or cannot. Okay? It is the woman say, I will push you for. I don't just say, dear Naponia. Yes, to prevent it or to lower your risk of getting it. That's what the the diet plan and not just say, yeah, but who are diabetes, I'll make you wait one, and who has attention, I'll make you wait one. So that is why you're supposed to see a registered dietitian. Now, only the action, then they run some labs. Before you can say that, you have to be diagnosed first. If you are not diagnosed, you cannot say you have it. But what you can do is that you can live well to prevent it through your eating habits. Okay, so it's not just all about eating. I want to point this. It's not just all about eating. When you talk about health, it encompasses a lot of things. But still, when you're healthy, there are lots of things that come together. You have to be physically active. Okay, because if you're in a way, it has to digest. Digestion also slows down. Okay, so it's not just about ticking or choosing the right kind of foods. But then, a lot of things come to play. Personal hygiene, physical activity levels, and all of that.
Sorry.
So what's the money by Tessiana? It is high in fiber, high in nutrients, low in cholesterol. Still, Tessiana.
Very good question.
So I'm very grateful for this question because there's a lot of issues surrounding water and gaining weight. Water is calorie free. Water is calorie free. Rather, water helps in losing weight because it flushes the system. Okay, it flushes the system. Now, when we talk about overweight and obesity, we should also remember that it can be genetic. It's hereditary. And so, if you are well endowed, it's also another risk factor. Okay, I have a friend, so because of that, she's always careful with what she's eating. But the elder sister is also very big. So also saw sister has weight on her. Because when you say weight gain, in Tisano, or any man can maybe about so many say, but she will be no way. Only for every. So yes, genetics play a role, but that doesn't mean say leave it to genetics. Like I say, take high fiber foods. And eating patterns are very important. When you talk about diet, it's not always the selected foods you are eating. The body is like a system. Meridian part 7, area 12, and numerous 6. It should continue like that. That is how the body gets used to it. But then if your eating times are inconsistent, it knows that it's expecting food at 7, then you delay it and give it food at 9. Okay, it knows that it's getting food at 12, then you give it food at 2. It knows that it's getting food at 6, then it gets food at 10 p.m. Then the following day is expecting that same pattern again, then you throw it off balance. So it's a whole lot. It's not just eat this, eat this, eat this. It's a whole lot. Pattern has changed. The pattern has changed, yes.
You wake up earlier, and then eat 8 hours after 8 hours.
And for a very long time. So the body gets used to that. And then after that, then you go back to so it's just like training something else.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's do a round of applause. It's like I mentioned, our health personnel are still in the house. Me, I have a question. I'll go and ask them after. My madam, you mentioned something about mental health. Who can maybe say, who did you be brain, now did you go so cry? Who to me bottom? I'll come and ask you after here. Thank you once again to them. Please let's clap for them. So yes, we are about to close for today. However, we are going to invite our brand ambassador, Esquire, to give us a short message before we leave. All right. So help me welcome Sewa Amibie.
Yes, feel free.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I have to first of all apologize for coming late. Am I forgiven? Especially our dear Queen Mothers and to our distinguished guests who are here. I am very sorry, it wasn't intentional. If I tell you what happened, you didn't cry for me. I should tell you. I'll tell you later. So good afternoon once again, distinguished guests, Queen Mothers. Our representation from the National Health Insurance Authority, the University of Ghana Medical Students Association partners, my friends of the media, and most importantly, our amazing market women and our market Queen Mothers. You are the real strength of Ghana, and I'm happy and honored to be here. Let me quickly catch up, with everything that has been said and restate our mission very clearly. So at Sankofa Natural Spices, of which I'm a very proud brand ambassador of, we live by the logo, eat well, live well. We produce 100% natural spices, no MSG, no preservatives, and this is to help you eat better and live healthier. But wellness also means regular health checks and knowing your status early and staying strong. Our hardworking market women are always busy serving all of us and the nation, and so very often they have no time for clinic visits. So today we say that if you cannot go to the hospital, we will bring healthcare to you in the market. And that is why we're launching our CSR campaign to visit selected markets in Accra, screen market women, right at your stalls and your stands. So we're bringing free health checks, we're checking your vitals, and we're bringing medical professionals to give you free consultation, just as we've done today. I have learned a lot. Let's put our hands together for that. I particularly like the what's happening because my mother too says the same thing, that she doesn't eat, but she's always putting on weight. And then there are those of us who eat a lot too, and we are still very small. But the only problem we have is our stomach, right? Some too eat very small and they have very big stomachs. So the good thing is, we've been told by the MC that they are still around. Please ask them all the questions that you can, because today they're providing free services, and even when they come to the market. So I want to once again thank our partners, the National Health Insurance Authority, for enrolling us and making this possible, and to the University of Ghana Medical Students Association. We are very grateful to our Queen Mothers and our mothers at the marketplace. Thank you so much. And please tell your people that we are bringing healthcare to them. Okay, hospital your market, the hospital air bremo. I wanted to say it in Hausa, but I can't. So to every mother in the market, every trader, and to all of you queens once again, please, when the team reaches your area, just take a few minutes. We know that the market can be very chaotic, but please take a few minutes, step aside, get screened, learn about the NHIS enrollment. It has become very affordable, and it is very important that every single person gets enrolled of the NHIS program. And then speak to the doctors that will be coming to you so you understand the importance of staying healthy and the things that you have to do. That is why we are bringing them, not just for yourself, but for your children and for the greater good of the nation that you are serving. So on behalf of the Gold Coast Food Group and Sankofa Natural Spices, we say thank you for making time to stay with us all this while and coming to the launch of the Eat Well, Live Well campaign. Let's make today count. Let's get checked, let's get covered, and let's stay strong together. Long live our market women, long live the University of Ghana Medical Students Association, long live the NHIA, and of course, long live Sankofa Natural Spices. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody was asking me, who will do a Q&A session with Sarah? Hey. And I'm saying about your day. Alright, so please, our partners, like we said, we are rounding over. We are rounding up, so we'll take one last message, okay, from UG.